Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything. We're joined by our good friend Austin No Doubt Trout. How you doing, sir?
Bless, man, bless. What's up, Reddit? What's happening, y'all?
You're one of the guys that I feel like I've really connected with. Like, I got to hang out with you in Houston, and we've talked, and
Yeah,
it just like it's one of those
it'll be
things.
cool,
Like,
man.
we connected, and like I said, I don't know if it is the Reddit, but like you're a very knowledgeable person. I feel like the Reddit has some of the smartest fight fans, so I feel like that's why we connect too.
Period. Reddit got some of the smartest people. Period. I would love to see what the stats are, but I go to Reddit when I can't find it on Google.
Sure.
You know what I
That's
mean?
that's how I found Reddit, because I was always like, I'm one of those people, like I hate hearing something and someone will say like, oh this, and I always got to like fact check them, you know what I mean? And then I would look, and
Yeah.
it would always be on Reddit. It'd be like, search Reddit for the
Yep.
answer, and there it is. So okay, so when do you Spain's coming up, when do you leave for Spain?
Actually, I leave tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I head out there tomorrow. I see there's a lot of fighters already out there. I'm like, am I the last one getting there? Well, whatever.
It feels like that. Yeah, your opponent's been out there for a couple days already. I feel like he was doing
Well,
some
yeah.
training out there.
He lives that way, so that's not a big deal. For me, I'm just more worried about the jet lag. But
Sure.
I'll stay up tonight, sleep on the plane, wake up in Germany, and hopefully I'm cured.
How long is the flight to get there? Like, I mean, it's kind of weird that there's not like, I guess there wouldn't be a straight shot, but Houston's got a huge airport. I'm surprised there's
Yeah,
not like more of a.
it's about 13, 14 hours.
Who's going with you? Are you taking the wife and kids? Yeah,
I'm taking the family. The whole family's coming. I they need to see the world too,
sure.
and especially with an event like this, I really would love for my kids and my wife to be a part of it. It's gonna be big.
Who's going to be cornering you? Will we see your usual guys? Is there anybody new or?
No, same guys, Bobby Benton, Chris Hernandez, and my brother Tyler Bishop. They'll be in my corners. Same guys that were in my championship corner. So it's a good luck team.
So when I was trying to come up with the music for you, like you are honestly the smoothest guy on the like so fresh and so clean. You fought the pound for pound number one guy, and you had a little mark on your lip. Your face was smooth. It was clean. You know what I mean? Like that's just who you
Thank
are.
you, bro. Thank you, bro. And I plan on coming out unscathed on this one because, like I said, my kids are coming. And I can't have, especially my 14-year-old. She sees daddy get beat up. She's going to be talking trash. So I'm not going to let her see me in that light. Just clean trout.
Okay, so I feel like you can be yourself. You can be average Austin and you'll win this fight. He's going to have to be the most exceptional Rico Franco and catch you just because your boxing is so much better. And he absolutely could. I mean, it's bare knuckle. Anything could happen. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like you have a lot more avenues to win, and he's going to have to get the knockout just because your boxing is so much better.
I agree, but at the same time, I believe I need to get the knockout.
Sure.
I'm in his home turf. Um, and we've been preparing for the most exceptional Rico Franco can provide. I'm worried about the blow. So I watch film and I run my miles and sprints and do my work and push-ups and I know I have to be strong to get this asshole off me. So I'm looking forward to showcasing everything that I got, and hopefully Rico's got enough in him to bring it out of me.
It's kind of weird because I'm good friends with Rico, and I was like, hey, let's interview. And he's like, no, I'm not doing any interviews. So it was one of those things. I was like, I was really hoping to talk to the both of you, and he wanted no part of it. And I was kind of letting it go for, hoping he'd come back to me, and he didn't. And I was like, well, we got to get Austin on the show no matter what. Because, he's the challenger. So I feel like he should have to go first. And when he said he absolutely wasn't going to do it, I said, all right, well, we're going to talk to you then.
Well, this is his prerogative. I saw he did do a interview with the Fuse UK,
Sure.
and he started talking. He thinks he's so funny. Oh, he's gonna have smoked trout. It's all right.
They have another level of shit talk over there, and it's so weird, right?
It's so polite. It's
yeah.
so polite. I disagree politely. So yeah, well, I'm gonna make him eat those words. He pissed me off with that stupid ass line.
He is a nice guy, but like I said, like you just said, like
I
they're
like
they're
him, but
polite,
I'm gonna beat
they're
him up.
polite shit talkers, and it's like it's so weird. Like you heard Danny Christie was talking about Dave Mundell, and some of the words that they say, you're just like, what? How is that shit talking? But I guess it means it's much more sophisticated. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. But nonetheless, I'm gonna punch holes through that Monta.
Yeah. Okay, so how is training camp going? You and I talked in Florida, and you said, look, there was a huge leap between fight 1 and 2, but between fight 2 and 3, we're going to see an even better you. Is that on track?
Oh, absolutely. I am nice with these hands, and the more I get to use them and play with them, and I all camp. I was just serving ass whoopings all camp. My last sparring day was Wednesday, and my coach kind of told everybody, he's like, sorry for what he's about to do to you. Like, he's locked in. And I proceeded to beat the shit out of whoever came in there. It was great. And not to mention, like, these are some top guys. These ain't even
Sure.
just, sparring partners. These are guys that are preparing for their own championship, that I'm right there, or even ahead of. So I'm looking forward to showcase. Camp's been good. I'm peaking out at the right time. Just had a steak. My weight's good. I just ate a steak and some asparagus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling great.
All right. I know when I talk to fighters, it's absolutely, I can't say if. So when you beat Rico, what is next for you at 65? Or do you see yourself wanting to go down to 55 and get that belt, which you originally wanted in the first place?
That's what I want. I want to go to 155 and get that belt. Although, if not saying I just trust the process, but I want to do what's best for the BKFC.
Sure.
You got a good name that you think can deal with me at 165, and he's rated or whatever you feel like. You got a good name, whatever. We could do that. I'll take on the next oncomers because I am the champion at 165, so I do have a responsibility at the 165-pound weight class to defend my title and to uphold it. With that said, if there's some gap in between where we can't find a worthy opponent, especially after how I dispatched Rico and how I dispatched Palomino, it might be hard to find a worthy opponent. So with that said, I'll go down to 155 and take the belt out of the winner of the main event.
How do you see the main event going? To me, the main event is going to be the most closely contested of the
Yeah.
fights. I feel like, and I'm not going to make predictions because where I'm at, but like I feel like your fight and Dave Mundell's fight are like I see him going a certain way, but I feel like that fight that's in the main event is more of a toss up. How do you see it going?
Oh yeah, I definitely see it at 50-50, but I do give I give the edge to Tony Soto, and I think he's just got more tools. I think Franco comes and does one thing well, and Tony's gonna figure it out, and I don't think Franco will.
It is kind of cool how BKFC put together the United States versus the world type of thing. I kind of like that. Like, and I feel like that should be like the Knucklemania thing. Like we get like these high level guys from these other things, and we do our champions versus their champions. I think this is brilliant.
No, I love it, and David Film is doing a great job in promoting, and Conor McGregor too. They're doing a great job of promoting this whole event. Hold on one second.
Yes, sir.
Baby, she's not here. She's not here. Okay, well, not yet. The sun's still out. It's not. You see his light outside? It's not pretty. Look, I'm arguing with my 6-year-old about if it's dark outside yet. Look outside.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's pretty dark. No,
we got to hang out sometime. I come down there for that Renaissance Festival. I don't work it. I just bring all the products down. But we got to hang out sometime when I come down.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, the Renaissance Fair is happening.
It starts next weekend, I think.
Next weekend, but it's going on till November, right?
Thanksgiving. Yeah. Like it goes on through Thanksgiving. So yeah, if I come down, we definitely got to get together.
Come down, man. Yeah, come to the gym, and we'll go. I mean, there's so much to do here in Houston. I mean, whatever you like, we got it.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me this. Like, it seems like there was a long layoff. I had heard you had other fights proposed to you, but those fell through. Were you pushing for other fights, or were you just happy to get this fight? Like, were you pushing for a big card like this? Did you want to do we had heard about Texas at one point. We had heard about New Mexico. They were trying to give you
Yeah.
a fight in your hometown. Like, what's the story with all that stuff?
So no, we were definitely pushing, trying to stay busy. It's like my hands were healed within 2 weeks. My lip was healed within a week. So I was like, let's go. And we were, BKFC was working on, I believe at first there was a fight in Miami that we were going to do the rematch. And then it went to Las Cruces. And then, it just fell out completely. And then next thing I'm hearing like, all right, we got, because Rico wasn't named for Las Cruces when Palomino fell out.
Okay.
Just didn't work out. And then so now we got like this card here, and they say, all right, it's still Rico, but it's gonna be in Spain. And so I'm just happy to stay busy. That's been my key. I'm 39 years young, and I want to get it while the getting's good.
Okay, so you and I had talked a lot, and I feel like I was actually keeping you kind of like what I hear a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and I was keeping you in the loop. Were you kind of upset that they didn't invite you over to Spain for the press conference? I mean, Rico was there. Like, I was surprised they didn't.
No, not necessarily. Honestly, I wasn't sure that we were going to get the Spain fight. Me and you both, I was like, did you hear what did they say? Did they announce it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, they're like, all right, we got it, y'all. So, I mean, I think it was down to the wire like that. So I wasn't upset that they didn't bring me to Spain for that. Next time I'm going to be such a fan favorite in Spain. They got to bring me out there for the next one.
Okay, and again, when we talked before, you had mentioned, BKFC had just signed some big boxers. Heather, she ended up having, the head injury, so she's not going to fight. Rigo hasn't fought, which is unfortunate. And I keep hearing that Rigo's going to fight, but he hasn't. And then you got El Perro. I hear El Perro. I can't reveal too much, but I hear he's got a fight coming up. But he also fights at 165. Do you see, you think BKFC's bringing him in to fight you?
Come on, bring on Angulo. Me and Angulo were, especially in the boxing world, we were right next to each other for a long time, and that fight kind of always presented itself, and I was always with it. You know what I mean? But we never end up doing it. And again, when I say we're right next to each other, like in the rankings, we were top 5, both of us. One or two spaces away from each other. So I am down to fight Angulo. You know what I'm saying? We know he can take a punch.
Sure.
So, you're going to have to outskill another killer.
Okay, so 165 does seem to be, to me, it's the most stacked division in BKFC. You've got Trinidad Snake, and I know Trinidad Snake's been calling you out. You had Dustin Pegg, who was on like a great rise, and Trinidad broke his jaw. You also have, quite a few other guys at 165. Jake Lindsay. Do you feel like 65 is the most stacked, but you're just head and shoulders above all those guys, or?
I do. I feel it's stacked, and excuse me, and I feel like Jake Lindsay, he's a pretty decent boxer, right? He probably, there's a lot of guys in there that could give me some problems, and by problems is just something I'd have to figure out, and we'll work on it, and during camp we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? What I haven't seen is anybody that could figure me out.
Sure.
So no, they're all good guys, and there's some good fights to be made. I love to beat up Brito. I think it would be exciting for the time being until I pull off. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm down to clear out the division, take on all comers at 165. If there is a lapse in time and there's an opportunity to take that 155 belt, I'm more than willing to make that happen.
We've heard numerous times that Spain's going to be the biggest card, but already Dave is talking about that big Philadelphia card and how the Philadelphia card is going to be the biggest card ever. Is that something that interests you? Is like a quick turnaround and getting on like a giant card like that?
Yes, God willing, I'm healed up and healthy. Let's go. Let's go home, Dave. Let's go to Philly.
Okay, and then I guess my last question for you, sir. Giving Luis all the credit in the world, I feel like Luis does need a fight to prove to prove to himself, to prove to everybody else, like a big win. He needs a big win. Do you still think that he needs to fight somebody else before he fights you?
I do, and only because I know, and like his excuse was ring rust.
Sure.
And I agree. Ring rust is a big deal.
Sure.
I have been trying to fight it my whole career. And even though I still managed to have like 5 years worth of layoffs in my whole career, which is crazy.
Sure.
And then coming back to fight a killer. But
sure.
I understand. So with that said, it's been a while since February, right?
Sure.
7 months, 8 months. It's been 8 months since we fought. And I would like for him just to get that ring rust out, especially because I don't want no excuses if we do get that rematch and say it's December.
Yeah.
Right. And he's talking about he ain't fought in 11 months, get a fight. Because after this fight, I'm not looking past Rico, make sure I do everything I need to do. But I'm trying to get right back in. And Luis, be ready because, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be ready.
We know somebody at 165 that's a huge name and is from Philadelphia. I think it would make a lot of sense. Eddie Alvarez. Like if you get past Rico, I feel like that's the fight to make. Eddie Alvarez, he's a big name. You do Eddie Alvarez versus you,
Yeah.
In
Philadelphia.
Please.
And not to mention, me and Eddie, we are really around the same weight.
Absolutely. That's why I like it.
We're both 154, 155 pounders that gained a little, you know what I mean? So I would love to take that fight. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get that fight. Eddie Alvarez would be a good fight. And it would be an interesting fight because he's got a lot of smarts.
Okay, and then the last one. Last time you and I talked, you talked about Regis, was saying that he wants to come to us. We know he has a big boxing fight. Is there any other boxers that are like I said, now that you're becoming the face of BKFC, like you've got to be, draw more of those guys. Do you any other names you got that are like thinking about it or?
Yeah, like I told you, Regis, he's still talking about it. In fact,
yeah,
one of our last sparring sessions, he goes, I gotta get in that BKFC. I'm gonna get one more world title. I'm gonna be 3-time world champ, and then I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over there and take over. I said, bro, you fucking take over. You rough, tough, buy you up. You know what I mean? So he's still down. And after I won the title, I don't know if I told you, I got a text message from Jamal Charlo talking about set up the fight for your belt. I'm like,
really?
Say less. We ain't hear nothing else from him, but it piqued his interest right away. You know what I'm saying? Who else was trying to get in his belt? I got a couple guys in my gym that were pure boxing, and they're like, "Put me on, champ. Put me on." I'm trying to. I'm trying to get. If we could get a tryout in Houston, Texas, you'll be surprised with how many fighters will pull up and show up, and they all got crazy stories because these Southerners, you know what I'm saying? They all live crazy lives. That's the next move. We got to get filming. Come pull a tryout here in Houston, Texas.
Well, I will personally message Chris Lytle and tell him that you suggested that. So
please do, man.
All right, man. Well, we love you on the Reddit. We thank you for your time so much. Good luck, champ. Can't wait to talk to you. I still need my picture. Like I want like a signed picture of you with the WBO belt and with the BKFC
I got
belt.
you. With both of them. Let me go ahead and take them. Shout out to Nick.
Yeah. Nick is the best. All right, sir. Well, have a great day. Thank you so much.
All right, my man. Later.
See you, bud.